Hey guys, it has been a while. It is my one day off this week. I am taking some time because I have not done a tarot review. I haven't done anything on my YouTube channel for a while. So I've got things set up. We're going to do a little walkthrough today. So let's get started. So today I'm going to do a walkthrough of Seasons of the Witch. This is the Winter Tarot. Now, many of you probably have the collection of the Oracle deck that represents the 8-wheel Sabbath's Wheel of the Year. They just released this. Now, I think when I looked it up, publication was around mid-October. So some of you have probably already got this. Of course, when I tried to look up the publication date, there's already 50 million tutorials here on YouTube. So either way, I may not go through a full, or we'll do like a speed up during that session, just because I want to do kind of a reading today. I'm going to do a reading for maybe January to kind of see the energy to kick off the new year and the month. We'll see what reading spread layouts they have in here, because it's always fun to try to use one of theirs. So without further ado, let's get started. I just want to note that you can see this has not been unpackaged yet. I'm going to unwrap it and then we'll get started. Okay, so we have it unboxed. I have the lid off. It looks like we have a nice cold moon on the underside of the box. I think this is going to be blue gilded if it's like any of the other decks. Somebody's running racetracks through the house. That's nice. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go get him. Go. Go get him. What are you doing? Well, get down there. Go see. Pain in my ass. So, in any of the books, or sorry, any of the deck sets that you get, you're going to get the option to download the Rockpool Publishing app. You can probably go through a bunch of different decks on there because there's quite a pool, quite a variety. I'm trying to talk pool again. Still getting over lovely influenza A that seems to be hanging around and jacking me up for, what, 2 weeks now? It's been 2 weeks. So anyway, we have a lovely little breakdown. It's always in color, gives you a, I see some spreads. So yeah, we'll do some spreads here. I'll pick one and we'll do a reading here for probably January. So these are very cool. And this is a nice thick book too, so not chintzy on, I think, what they're providing. There's the blue. I wondered if it was going to stay in the theme of her oracle decks, because every single one is gilded a different color. So we have, looks like foxes maybe on the wrapping. I'm trying to not make it a glared issue, but it might be. And of course, on the backs of the cards, this is a deck that is to be used from Yule through Imbolc. And so Imbolc is around February 1st. Just wanted to give you that because it does say a journey through Yule and Imbolc on the bottom of the front of the box. So it was a good time for me to do an unboxing. I wanted to kind of kick off the new year with a new tarot deck. If this is a good deck, which I'm sure it's going to be, it might be something I offer for readings in the shop. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so we have, there's still an order I have not gone through. I'm going to go through these rather quickly so we can get to possibly a reading and not have a, 50-minute long video. These should all be kind of winter themed, so I'm excited for this. I hope they do a summer one. I hope that's in the cards. So we start with the Winter Fool, and I'm pretty sure these are all going to be very winter themed. The Winter Witch, the Winter High Priestess, the Winter Empress. I just love these. They're whimsical and kind of ethereal, and they're just really cool decks. What was that? The Winter Emperor. I like it. The Winter Hierophant, which will be nice because if you're a collector like I am, if you happen to get the other decks, then you'll know this is winter. This is the Empress. Oh, Winter Lovers, Winter Chariot, Winter Strength, Winter Hermit, Winter Wheel. Oh, this is a little bit different. Winter, I wondered because I'm like, where's the Empress? Winter Consequences, the Winter Hangman, Winter Death, Winter Temperance. Pause these if you want to look. Like I said, I'm going to try and go through them. The Winter Devil, Winter Tower, Winter Star, New Moon, which I like that, Midnight, Self-Reflection, Ascending to Spring. So we have some different major arcana cards. Oh my gosh, just so you're aware, there are a few that aren't in there that are replaced with other things. So I'm sure the book will, go through that when we do this. So we have the Ace of Winter Wands. I'll go through them really quick, but like I said, you can stop if you want, or we'll go either way. Okay, 2 of Winter Wands, 3 of Winter Wands, 4 of Winter Wands, 5 of Winter Wands, 6 of Winter Wands. I'm not looking at these myself, so just so when I use them, I'll be able to go back and go, oh, hey, this is really cool. 8 of Winter Wands, 9 of Winter Wands, 10 of Winter Wands. Oh, Initiate. Okay, Initiate instead of Page of Winter Wands. Apprentice of Winter Wands instead of Knight. Artisan of Winter Wands instead of the Queen. And then we have Master of Winter Wands instead of the King. Ooh, they are sticking together. I thought I felt that. Is that the, yep, okay, that's my Winter Wands. So a little bit different. Then we have the Ace of Winter Cups, 2 of Winter Cups, 3 of Winter Cups, 4 of Winter Cups, 5 of Winter Cups, 6 of Winter Cups, 7 of Winter Cups, 8 of Winter Cups, 9 of Winter Cups, sticking together, sorry, 10 of Winter Cups, Initiate of Winter Cups, Apprentice of Winter Cups, Artisan of Winter Cups, and Master of Winter Cups. Now we have swords. I'm making sure these aren't sticking together. We'll make it go easier. So we have Ace of Winter Swords, 2 of Winter Swords, 3 of Winter Swords, 4 of Winter Swords. I may speed this up when I do this video. 5 of Winter Swords, 6 of Winter Swords, 7 of Winter Swords, 8 of Winter Swords, 9 of Winter Swords, 10 of Winter Swords, Initiate of Winter Swords, Apprentice of Winter Swords, Artisan of Winter Swords, and Master of Winter Swords. Okay, we have one more suit to go through. All right. Also, if you'll notice on the tops of the cards, they do have a little symbol. And then the pentacles, of course, on the top has the little pentacle. So there's the Ace, 2 of Pence, 3 of Pence, 4 of Pence, 5 of Pence, 6 of Pence. Oh, I know that's sticking. Yep. 7 of Pence. I'm doing that right? Yep. 7 of Pence. 8 of Pence. Pause at any time. 9 of Pence. 10 of Pence. I like it. It's a Yule tree. That's cute. An Initiate of Pence. Apprentice of Pence. Artisan of Pence. And Master of Pence. All right, so we have gone through the cards that are included. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to shuffle these for a while, and I will pick a layout, and we'll do a read. Okay. Okay, so I have thoroughly, what I'm going to call thoroughly, shuffled the deck. I have picked a spread. I think this is going to be good for the new year because today is December 30th. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. So I think the yearly shift spread for the new year is the 6-card spread that I'm going to use. Now, she does mention in the book here that there are no reversals. She kept it very simple, even on the spreads, just to do like a 6-card, read them in a story kind of situation. So she's kept it very simple. She did mention also these can be used during any time of the year, more for inner work, because that's what this time of year is about, shadow work, things of that sort. So keep that in mind when you want to use the deck. Like I said, I'm thinking that hopefully this spring we'll have a summer deck and then a winter tarot to use as well. So let's get started. This is a 6-card pull. I'm going to do it directly across. I'll move some stuff here, and a yearly shift spread for the new year. Embrace the new year with clarity and purpose. The spread will guide you through the transition of one year to the next, helping you learn the lessons of the past while releasing what no longer serves you and discovering the theme that will be your guiding light for the next 12 months. Use this spread to set your intentions for the new year or as a means of reflection for all you've accomplished so far. Either way, this spread will bring guidance, clarity, and inspiration for the next leg of your journey. So, even though this is not a 12, I have a 12-card spread that I'll usually use for a year. I think we're just going to focus on the transitions of what we can learn, what we can leave behind, and, between the transition of 25 and 26 here. So I have thoroughly, what I'm going to call thoroughly, shuffled the deck. I have picked a spread. I think this is going to be good for the new year because today is December 30th. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. So I think the yearly shift spread for the new year is the 6-card spread that I'm going to use. Now, she does mention in the book here that there are no reversals. She kept it very simple, even on the spreads, just to do like a 6-card, read them in a story kind of situation. So she's kept it very simple. She did mention also these can be used during any time of the year, more for inner work, because that's what this time of year is about, shadow work, things of that sort. So keep that in mind when you want to use the deck. Like I said, I'm thinking that hopefully this spring we'll have a summer deck and then a winter tarot to use as well. So let's get started. This is a 6-card pull. I'm going to do it directly across. I'll move some stuff here, and a yearly shift spread for the new year. Embrace the new year with clarity and purpose. The spread will guide you through the transition of one year to the next, helping you learn the lessons of the past while releasing what no longer serves you and discovering the theme that will be your guiding light for the next 12 months. Use this spread to set your intentions for the new year or as a means of reflection for all you've accomplished so far. Either way, this spread will bring guidance, clarity, and inspiration for the next leg of your journey. So, even though this is not a 12, I have a 12-card spread that I'll usually use for a year. I think we're just going to focus on the transitions of what we can learn, what we can leave behind, and, between the transition of 25 and 26 here. So let's do this. I'm going to use my little remote in my book because I do want to be able to flip back and forth here. Fairly easy to do the cards. Like I said, I've shuffled as well as I can. So we'll do a little hand spread till they fall out. I've never gotten super fast at this, especially with a new deck, because it's slick and sticks and all the fun things. So as soon as we get one that flies out, we'll pull from there. And I'm going to take that as the first. Okay, that's the first 3. So let's do this. We have the 3 of Winter Pentacles, the Initiate of Winter Pentacles, the Master of Winter Swords, 5 of Winter Cups, 10 of Winter Wands, and 4 of Winter Wands. Okay, so we don't have any major arcana in this, so interesting. I look at that as, smaller transitions because it is the minor arcana. Okay, so we have the first card. I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 being the 3 of Winter Pentacles. What is the key lesson learned from this year? I am reading from these just because I have not used this deck before, as you've seen. Let me find the Pentacles. I want to see how it differs from the traditional to what they did. Okay, here we find the 3 sisters decorating for Yule. One hangs ornaments about the tree, another sits on the floor wrapping gifts, while the third appears with a pot of steaming stew, urging the others to eat. No one's trying to take over anyone else's job. They know what they're good at, and they settle into what they're doing without need for competition or jealousy, all while having a great time and enjoying each other's company. The spirit of collaboration is the main theme of this card. It represents those times when you'll need to learn to lean on others to help your endeavors. Being a part of a group of different people is a strength you and all involved can use to your advantage. Each one brings something different to the table, be it a new perspective, unique skill, or even joy and levity. Working with others allows you to chance your focus. Let me spit this out right. Working with others allows you the chance to focus your energy on the skills you're good at and the things you enjoy, which is when magic can truly flow. It is much harder to feel committed to something when you're bogged down by tasks that steal your energy rather than lift you up. By working with others, you're free to do what you're called to do, and work stops being a chore and becomes a passion and legacy. This card doesn't just speak to working in a team if you're someone who prefers walking the individual path. Receiving this card can be assigned to contract someone, delegate tasks, or even the equal exchange of your services or for goods or resources. Most importantly, 3 represents growth in tarot. Thus, this card represents the moment you realize what's truly required to bring your vision to life, and can be confirmation that now is the time to hire new people in your business, create a long-term plan rather than flying off the cuff, learn what it means to set boundaries, or perhaps finally embrace your uniqueness. So what is the key lesson learned from this year? Looking at the 3. So it's okay to reach out for help. It's okay to work in a group. It's okay to delegate tasks if need be. Like, everything doesn't always have to be your own. So card number 1, what is the key lesson learned from this year? It's okay to work with other people now and then. And like they said, if you like the individual path, that's okay. You can continue to do that, but just remember, it's okay to work with other people. So 2, what is something you should release from this year that will hold you back if you don't? Initiate of Winter Pentacles. It's New Year's Eve and the maiden is busy at her desk, reflecting on this year and writing out her intentions for the next. She has her precious books scattered about, thinking of all the wonderful things she's yet to accomplish. She's ambitious, but her youthful quality is tempered by her methodical, diligent nature. She's a planner, working through every detail before taking a step forward, and is also very eager to show her skills and thoughtfulness. Notice how messy her hair and clothes are. She's been at this for hours, studying her plans with the same alacrity she would study for an exam. I'm getting vibes right here. Okay, The Initiate of Winter Pentacles, traditionally named the Page of Pentacles, represents the beginning of a plan or venture. In this case, plans related to career, finance, and the material realms. As a person, you can expect someone who's very ambitious but also grounded, who believes in their ability to achieve their dreams. While some might hope for a door to open, the Initiate of Winter Pentacles will create their own door. They don't view manifestation as a wish. They know they must do their part to work with the universe rather than expecting a miracle. When this card appears, it's time to remind you that the excitement of a fresh idea is just the very first step in a longer journey. Now's the time to focus your energy into up-leveling your skills or build a strong foundation from which you launch your plans. Pages are students, always eager to learn, do, and be more. What do you need to learn right now? What's required to get ahead? What's the next big thing for you? In a shadow aspect, this card can mean you're spending too much time attempting to find perfection. There's always a fine balance between planning and action, and when you spend too much time planning, you'll find your dreams never come to life. Oh, man, yes. So when we look back at the spread, what is something you should release from this year that will hold you back if you don't? That last sentence, your planning and the goals and things that you want to put into action, don't spend every waking moment planning. Less planning means more action. You're spending too much attempting to find perfection. There's always a fine balance between planning and action. And when you spend too much time in the planning phase, you'll find your dreams never come to life. Literally, take that as what you can leave behind in 2025. Okay. I'm loving this. So card 3, what is the overall theme for you in the coming year? We have the Master of Winter Swords. Ooh, I never like swords because it's kind of offset energy. But it's boundaries. You know, when you think about it, it's very much about boundaries. And this is the Master of Winter Swords. So, okay. What is the overall theme for you in the coming year? Meet the Master of Winter Swords, meditating among a vast, snowy landscape. A stream of light shoots down through the top of his head, through his body and into the ground, symbolizing his connection with universal knowledge and clear thinking. His eyes are black, appearing to pierce through your soul with his commanding energy. He's perfectly still, as though suspended in time, his restraint a testament to his intelligence and maturity. The King of Swords, renamed the Master of Winter Swords, represents mastery of the mind. He is a clear, sharp, logical thinker who speaks very little, but when he does, it is expertly calculated. In fact, everything he does is calculated and methodical. He knows how to clear and slow his mind, having learned from his earlier mistakes as the initiate, and he no longer acts impulsively, the result of his time as an apprentice. When he appears in a reading, it's to guide you to your logical mind. Emotions are not serving you in your situation, so now is the time to foster clarity and to see truth of what's before you. When it comes to communicating with other people, this card urges you to speak plainly, say what you mean, and with conviction, because the other people will sense any doubt or sniff out any falsehood. You're also guided to be decisive in your choices, but not reckless. Take your time to try on every possibility, reflecting on which path or option is most true for you. When you have the answer, be firm in your choice. Like the master in the image, become the unmovable force once your mind is made up. The Master of Winter Swords could represent an older person who is very strict and in control, someone such as a judge or an agent who's tasked with enforcing rules and regulations. If you come across such a person, know that emotional pleas will do little to sway them. They only see the cold, hard facts, thus appealing to their need for order is the best way forward. However cold they might seem, do not discredit their vast well of knowledge. They can be an asset if you get past their disinterested nature. As I said, they're kind of cold, but maybe that's what boundaries is all about for this next year. What is the overall theme for you in the coming year? setting some emotional boundaries and not maybe getting emotionally involved, speaking very short and to the point when you need to, would be my take on that in the position that it's in. Okay, so next we have the Five of Winter Cups. In that position, or sorry, the Four. It's position number 4, but it is the Five of Winter Cups. So what opportunities for growth or self-improvement do you have for the new year? A maiden stands out in a cold, barren landscape. She's clearly in distress, feeling the weight of her grief growing heavier with each passing moment. 3 of her precious cups lay spilled on the ground before her, and she's so arrested by the loss that she's completely turned her back on the 2 remaining cups shining brightly behind her. Her grief is valid, but if she could lift her head even for a moment, she could see that all is not lost. The Five of Winter Cups represents grief, pure and simple. This card appears in times of disappointment and regret, the spilled cups indicating you've lost something you can't get back. You need time to mourn when things don't turn out the way you've expected them to, or when life throws you an unexpected curveball. But there comes a point when grief turns into something else entirely, and you've chosen to dwell in the pain rather than heal and move on. Your soul has drawn this card to remind you there is still so much to be grateful for. All hope isn't lost yet. If you continue to focus on your mistakes and experiences, then you'll miss all the other opportunities still available to you. What opportunities for growth or self-improvement do you have for the new year? Okay, so because this is a grief card and a mourning card, I would definitely take this as maybe the January of the month to really dissect that mourning, that loss, and be able to move on. Because I literally had a conversation with someone in the last couple of days here about how, positivity can attract, but negativity attracts as well. So when you start going down that rabbit hole of, grief and loss, and that's all you start seeing is the grief and the loss and the struggles of others, because you're going through it too, and you're attracting that energy. So think about that in the long run here of what you need to maybe get through to be able to not carry such a heavy load into the next year. And grief, I am not going to tell you how to grieve or how long it takes, but what I am saying is that, the old phrase, misery loves company, the longer you stay there, the longer it will eat at you. So that is something that maybe this next month in January, or if you're working on it right now, focus on what you can do to start moving past that. I'm not saying you're going to be done, but start moving past that. Okay, so now we have card number 5 is what goal, just come and go as they please. What goal, intention, or aspiration will help you have a fulfilling and meaningful year? We have the 10 of Winter Wands. What goal, intention, or aspiration will help you have a fulfilling and meaningful year? I'm going to tell you right now, stop taking on the loads of everything with the 10 of Winter Wands. And here we go. What are you guys doing? I'm just coming up here to pace around and make noise? Yeah? Okay. Little hairs coming down in my face here. I'm telling you, anytime I'm up here. Okay, here we find the tired maiden out in the snow, leaning up against a large tree for a rest. Her basket is full of supplies she's had to forage for. We can see her heavy exhale on the wind, showing just how out of breath she is. Beyond her, you can see a quaint cottage, and inside, her family dances about in front of a fire while she struggles outdoors. Perhaps she didn't have to do all of this work herself. Perhaps she could have asked for help, but chose not to. Maybe this could have waited another day, and she could be enjoying time with her family instead. This card appears when you have too much on your plate. It represents those times you said yes when the answer really should have been no. I'm seeing a theme of boundaries for 26. Are you seeing a theme? Yes, when the answer should have been no. You're taking on responsibilities that aren't yours or sacrificing what's important to you, thinking you're the only one who could get the job done. However, the truth is you don't always have to be the one to make it happen, and you don't always have to raise your hand and volunteer, especially when you're helping someone who needs to be who seems to be against helping themselves, or when you notice others are taking advantage of you. There will be times when you genuinely need to pick up a torch or responsibilities are truly your own. On a positive note, this can represent the point of a journey where you've reached a certain level of success, which comes with increased challenges and responsibility. If that's the case, this card represents temporary hardship, but also urges you to consider where you can delegate. Only carry this load for long enough to find help, and not a moment more. Focus on priorities, saving anything that's a smaller fire for later. In all cases, 10s represent the end of a long road, and while you're feeling overwhelmed, it won't last forever. Indeed, you're facing the challenges to reflect upon what's working and adjust accordingly. Next time you'll have a better sense of how much you can realistically manage and accomplish on your own. Again, what is the goal, intention, and aspiration that will help you have a fulfilling, meaningful year? Stop carrying the whole freaking load. Delegate. Let other people help. Don't think everything is your responsibility. Okay. I am trying to soak these words in myself as we're doing this. Okay, so the last card, number 6. How can you approach and navigate challenges in the new year? We have the 4 of Winter Wands. All right. How can you approach and navigate challenges in the new year? We find ourselves peeking into a celebratory moment. 2 maidens dance with abandon in front of a glorious Christmas tree that lights up the night sky. They have cause to sing and laugh, for they are celebrating a significant milestone. So much has gone into this achievement, and now they're enjoying the fruits of their labor with good cheer and good company. Oh, my nose is just... Divinatory meaning, happy holidays. This is a festive card representing all of life's celebrations, from weddings to birthdays, graduations, holidays, births, retirements, and reunions. It appears whenever you have a reason to celebrate and urges you to enjoy this time spent with those you love most. If you're looking for confirmation that your next major milestone is near, or you need a reason to throw a good party, that's the card. On a more personal level, this card guides you to reflect on your progress. Think about how far you've come since your journey began, how much you've had to push yourself out of your comfort zone, how many times you've had to rise to face an obstacle. This milestone isn't just about having fun, but about giving yourself this moment to acknowledge all that you've done to turn dream into a reality. The number 4 represents stability. And in this sense, the 4 of Winter Wands is about the foundations you've built through your relationship and hard work. You have these people in your life because of the joy you bring them, and you've achieved these accomplishments because of your willingness to invest in yourself. This is no accident or a game of chance. You've done this. You've made this happen, and you'll continue to do even more. However, there is a shadow here. This card represents a milestone, not the end of your journey. There's still so much more to do and accomplish. This card isn't about the end of your journey, but about the significant stepping stones that you'll take to get there. So, yes, you need to celebrate. You need to pat yourself on the back. And take those accomplishments into the new year. Not everything is about reforming yourself into something new when, that clock strikes midnight. Many of us don't even look at January 1st as the beginning of the year. When you move with the seasons, we are still in the midst of winter, especially in Colorado, because we've gotten like 1.5, 1.25 snowstorms. I wouldn't even consider this other one a snow yet. So there's still a lot of inner work. Some people don't consider the beginning of the new year until Imbolc, which is February 1st. So we have this whole month of January to continue to figure this out. Or if you want to go off the Gregorian calendar and you want to celebrate the new year, January 1st, nothing wrong with that. Or celebrate too, whatever floats your boat. That's the fun thing about witchcraft. Witchcraft. It is a craft. You make it your own. Yes, there are some universal laws that for some reason over the years, I'm going to digress, so we're not going to go down that rabbit hole, but some people seem to throw it out. There are universal laws. What I want to do is try to get back to some of that on YouTube and do some more videos. Again, I connected with so many different cards on this reading myself. So sometimes I wonder if it's for everyone else or if it's the message that I need to hear right now. I think it's for both. So if this resonated with you, save this video, refer to it, and for some guidance through next month. But either way, I hope you had a wonderful Yule season. We are winding down. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and it is getting to be the beginning of 2026. So think about this reading from now going into the next month and celebrate the big wins, move past the losses and the grieving, and boundaries. That seemed to be the other theme, boundaries. All right, guys. We will talk soon.